Tonight on the Maui Daily, the military gives land back to Molokaʻi. A judge wants to talk to the jury in a murder trial. Hurricane Lala claims its first fatality. Arborists give the Lahaina banyan tree crutches, and the groundwork begins for Mokuʻula. These stories and more right now. Aloha, welcome to the Maui Daily for Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. I'm Chivo Ching Johnson. Hurricane Lala has now been blamed for its first known death after search crews found a missing 93-year-old woman in a field near Na'alehu on Hawaii Island Monday afternoon. Governor Josh Green said she apparently became lost as extreme rainfall sent floodwaters surging through Na'alehu, Waiohinu, and Pahala. Her name has not yet been released. About 240 Hawaii National Guard members have been activated statewide, while crews continue clearing enormous amounts of mud, trees, and debris from roads and bridges. Around 34% of the population in these hardest-hit areas is Native Hawaiian, prompting OHA to hold an emergency trustee meeting yesterday on that matter, unanimously approving approximately $338,000 in immediate relief for critical supplies, while preserving additional funds as damage assessments continue. The full OHA meeting will be airing soon on Akakū. The U.S. Navy has begun process of returning 12 acres at the Molokaʻi Training Support Facility in Ho'olehua to the state of Hawaii, part of nearly 44 acres being relinquished statewide. The Molokaʻi property, located near the airport, has a long military history but has had little or no active training presence for years. Governor Josh Green says the state will work with the Molokaʻi community to determine its future stewardship and use, while urging other military branches to identify unneeded Hawaii lands that could also be returned. The transfer is not yet final, and no timeline for the handover has been announced. A judge is calling jurors back to court 4 months after Maui anesthesiologist Gerhardt Konig was convicted of attempted manslaughter for attacking his then-wife Ariel on Oahu's Polipuka Trail. Konig's attorneys are seeking a new trial, pointing to possible juror misconduct and post-verdict interviews that raised questions about whether the verdict met the required standard for unanimous agreement. Judge Paul Wong says he will question jurors before ruling on the new trial request. If a new trial is granted, Konig cannot be retried for attempted murder, because the jury's lesser manslaughter verdict effectively acquitted him of that more serious charge, triggering double jeopardy laws. The storm-damaged stretch of South Kīhei Road near Kamaʻole Beach Park reopened on August 11th, months ahead of schedule after extensive repairs to damage caused by March's Kona low storms, including the roadway, drainage, waterline, slope, and adjacent park. Just 5 days later, Hurricane Lala again flooded South Kīhei Road, but the repaired Kamaʻole stretch of road seems to have made it through Lala without a repeat of March's catastrophic washout. Maui County is considering a $53 million desalination plant in Kīhei, as the central South Maui water system operates dangerously close to capacity during dry months. The proposed solar-powered facility would treat brackish groundwater and eventually produce up to 2 million gallons of drinking water per day. But residents raised concerns about cost and disposal of concentrated brine, urging the county to prioritize conservation, recycled water, and infrastructure improvements first. You can watch the entire meeting on Akakū's YouTube channel. For now, we have a clip of that meeting to give you an idea of what was discussed.
therefore, you have this range of demand, right, from 6 to 10 million gallons a day, additional source needed by year 2040. Of course, we want to make sure we make the most efficient use of the supply we have, but we cannot rely on behavior and conservation instead of source. We have to make sure that we have sufficient, reliable source to get us through the droughts, to have some backup contingency source as well. And the other option, saltwater or seawater, unlimited, but looking at demand and cost per unit to produce it. Capital improvement, the construction in today's dollars, $119 million for a brackish 500,000 gallon a day plant, $261 million for 2 million gallons a day.
So I think because we can focus on, reducing use and infrastructure, we shouldn't be focusing on this yet. Again, 20, 30 years, maybe. And maybe it'll be cheaper then, but for right now, the amount of money this is going to take, it doesn't make any sense to me.
A path to desalination is a road trip, and at this stage, I would say we're kind of still loading up the car, not knowing when a facility would actually be built, but part of this is to make sure we're laying that groundwork so that 10, 20 years from now, if the time comes that we want to commit to a desalination project, we have some framework in place, and we're not having these meetings 10 to 20 years from now.
We don't no longer need to wait till the last minute and be in dire straits, and we're so close to that. And I agree with the lady, we should not be building consistently 8,000 homes when we're having trouble watering the homes we have. And we say that consistently, and it falls on deaf ears. I keep hearing planning's doing this and planning's doing that. I'm not against the building people or anything, but we can't facilitate that. Our infrastructure is failing daily.
I want to say that R1 water is available and we need to use it, and I'm hoping everybody can here help and work together to push that ball forward.
As South Maui wrestles with its future water supply, major development proposals continue moving forward. The Maui Planning Commission accepted the final EIS for Makena Mauka, a 1,000-plus acre proposal for 652 homes and 2 18-hole golf courses, though the vote only accepted the environmental study, not the development itself. Meanwhile, the Urban Design Review Board unanimously advanced 3 new multifamily communities in Wailea, totaling 373 units intended to satisfy workforce housing requirements. In West Maui, the Planning Commission approved rebuilding a 4,114 square foot, 7-bedroom, 7-bathroom permitted short-term rental at Baby Beach, 24% smaller and nearly 11 feet farther from the shoreline than the fire-destroyed structure. Maui's wildfire recovery is entering a new phase as disaster case management transitions from the state to Maui County. The transition comes as recovery data continues to show major housing and financial challenges, while government and nonprofit assistance is declining even as many survivors remain displaced or face rents well above pre-fire levels. Beginning September 1st, FEMA households will pay 50% of Maui's fair market rent ahead of the temporary housing program's scheduled end on February 28th of 2027. Current case management clients do not need to re-enroll, and any wildfire survivor needing assistance can call 211 to connect with a disaster case manager. Now, on the subject of recovery, let's take a look at what's been happening in Lahaina.
I miss my neighborhood, but now I see new homes being built. I see my friends coming back. It makes me happy.
Some days are so hard, but every day I see progress. The homes, the roads. I know that one day soon, I'll be cruising down Front Street with my friends again.
We didn't choose this journey, but this is our home. It's everything to our family. I want my children to grow up here, just like I did.
Seeing the people come together from all over the world to help our Lahaina and Kūpuna communities is such a beautiful thing. Neighbors helping neighbors, showing up for one another. It's the resilience of the people that makes this place so special.
We are and always will be a resilient community. We honor those we lost by caring for one another, protecting displaced, and planting hope for generations to come.
Today we remember, we honor, we rebuild, because we love this place. Because our community deserves a future filled with hope. A future where families can live and thrive. Where businesses can reopen. Where our keiki can dream. Where every family feels safe. Our community, our culture, and our history will always come first. This is our home. And together, we will keep moving forward.
Maui County is looking to double the capacity of Lahaina's Komohana Hale apartments, rebuilding and expanding the property to as many as 40 affordable multifamily rental units. The project is still in the planning stage, and the Department of Housing will present proposed building layouts, unit designs, and potential community features at a public meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, August 19th, at 5:30 p.m. at 120 Leoleo Street in Lahaina. The county says community feedback gathered at that meeting will help shape the redevelopment before plans move forward. Maui's Arborist Committee stated the Lahaina banyan tree will remain closed to the public with new structural supports to be placed this month. The committee unanimously voted to approve sending a letter to the Kahana Ridge Association opposing the proposed removal of 32 mature trees. Members also announced that Tree Covery is working with Maui County on plans for a roughly 20-acre public fruit forest in Lahaina, envisioned to eventually contain hundreds of various fruit trees. Maui County Council committees canceled yesterday's meetings and started back up this morning for another busy week. Leading up to the primary elections, however, the council committees wrestled with numerous large issues, including water availability, hotel conversions, Lahaina recovery, as well as litigation. A major approval was of a countywide food and nutrition security plan. On August 10th, the fiercest debate sparked over the long-awaited Akakū fire station, where Native Hawaiian descendants asserted ancestral rights to the proposed site. Some council members said they would not support displacing Kanaka from ancestral Aina. The issue was recessed to next Monday, August 24th. Recently, council members approved Kūpuna funding, permits for the Maui County Fair and the Aloha Classic, as well as expanding fare-free Maui bus service to everyone 55 years of age and older, and free bus fares for students. The Board of Water Supply received a long-awaited report on August 6th from its temporary investigative group reviewing state water use permit applications for major land management companies and agencies in the Lahaina aquifer sector, recommending that the state evaluate surface and groundwater permit applications together, saying the current surface water only review is incomplete. The board found that nearly 9 million gallons of water per day has been requested, and that's more than double existing reported use. Board members will discuss the matter again on August 20th. Preparatory work at Lahaina's historic Mokuʻula site is expected to begin in the coming weeks, with crews removing former tennis courts, a basketball court, and a parking lot to prepare the area for long-term restoration. County officials say the work is considered Phase 0 and will be monitored by archaeologists and cultural practitioners. The big picture, the Lahaina Royal Complex Master Plan, continues through 2027. The historic Lahaina building that housed Fleetwood's on Front Street is moving forward in the rebuilding process. Nearly 3 years after its concrete shells survived the 2023 wildfire, building owner Leo Koch has submitted plans to remodel the building at 744 Front Street, with repairs expected to cost at least $12 million. As of now, there is no reopening date for Fleetwood's restaurant itself. And that's it for today's Maui Daily. Mahalo for joining us. This is how we stay connected. Remember to check out Akakū's YouTube channel. I'm Chivo Ching Johnson. Please drive safely, have a great Tuesday night, and keep smiling. Aloha.